Oh, what it do? Oh, what's up? Hey. What's poppin' curly crew? Welcome back to my channel. It's your good sis Crystal, aka CurlieCrys, with another video. In today's video, I'm going to be getting into how to moisture train low porosity natural hair. Oh, I'm so excited to get into this video because y'all, I know it's a real struggle out here for us in these natural hair streets, okay? I most definitely was someone who was struggling for a real long time. The struggle was real in these streets, so hopefully today's video can give you a tad bit more insight and help on how to moisture train your low porosity natural hair to get you to the growth goals that you want. So before I go ahead and get into the details of today's video, if you are new, if this is your first time ever clicking on my channel, please do one thing and one thing only by the end of today's video, and that is to smash that button down below for your girl, okay? Smash that button down below. Hey, like you mean it. And go ahead and join the CurlieCrys fam. We would love to have you here. So low porosity hair means your hair has a harder time accepting moisture. So many of us naturalistas are low porosity or do identify as low porosity. So I know for sure this video is going to help a whole lot of people. So by our hair having a hard time accepting moisture, moisture training may actually kind of seem like a harder goal to achieve since our hair does have a hard time accepting that moisture naturally. So today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys some tips on how to moisture train your hair, which basically just means your hair is more so in a place of where it's used to being moisturized. So that way it's better off with growth, better off with health, better off with moisture. So more times than not, your hair is going to be moisturized since it is moisture trained and it's kind of getting used to that moisture. So hopefully that makes sense. Now, moisture training does not come easy. It most definitely comes after following certain steps for an extended period of time. And those steps I'm going to be giving you guys in today's video. And the good thing is once you do moisture train your curls, you actually have more reign over getting your curls to look the way you want them to look. And you can also do way more styles than just one. For instance, I used to only be able to do twist outs on my hair, but now I actually can do wash and goes since my hair is moisture trained and I actually know what I'm looking for now and what products and techniques work for my curls. So by me following these tips, I've thankfully been able to moisture train my curls. So let's go ahead and hop right into this video. So the first tip that I'm going to give is honestly to encompass all the tips that I'm going to be giving underneath it, and that is to have a consistent hair routine. When I tell y'all, that is honestly the most important part of moisture training, is to have a consistent routine. The reason being behind that is because the only way that you can moisture train is by doing this process multiple times. It's not going to happen in 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It's most definitely a continuous, basically training. It's a training that you're putting your hair through so that it could have the end result. So it's not going to be something that's just one time. You have to consistently do it. So a consistent hair routine is key to moisture training your curls. And by consistent, I mean a healthy hair routine, which I'm going to be getting more into in the video. So the second thing that's super important is knowing your hair type. Now, when I say hair type, I'm not talking about 3C, 4A, 4B, 4C. Throw all that away, okay? Ignore all of that. I'm not talking about that at all. What I'm talking about is hair density and hair porosity. So first, let's talk about hair porosity. Your porosity level is going to change your entire hair routine. So you can have low, medium, or high porosity. I am low porosity. So your porosity level is going to help you out with your techniques and tell you which techniques you should be using for your hair. The next thing is your density. Now, density is super important as well. That's how many strands do you have on your head. So low, medium, and high density. I consider myself to be kind of high density, and what that's gonna tell you is what products you should be using. So your technique and your product is what's gonna make up your hair routine. And once you know what type of products your hair likes, that is what's really going to help you in the moisture training process. So I'm gonna give these tips based off of low porosity, like I said, the title and the beginning. So the next tip that I'm going to be giving, tip number 4, is wash your hair in the shower. Sis, your entire wash routine needs to take place in the shower. From shampooing to deep conditioning to leave-in conditioner needs to happen in the shower. The reason for that is because with low porosity, our hair has a harder time accepting moisture. So by it being in that warm, steamy environment the entire time, each product that you apply to your hair, it has a higher chance of your hair accepting and absorbing that product to get you the best results in the end. So that is something that every low porosity natural should be doing, is washing your hair in the shower. I don't recommend washing in the sink only because there's like cool air all around you, right? So your hair shaft is probably going to be more so closed versus open, and you want that to be open so the products could really be absorbing into your hair. Now the next tip that I have for moisture training your curls would be to shampoo your curls on a weekly basis. Now, making sure that your curls are clean, that helps because you're starting out on a clean base. And by you starting out on that clean base, that means that your hair has a better chance of absorbing and accepting all the products that you're going to be giving it. It doesn't have any prior buildup on it or anything like that. Now, if you do want to co-wash your hair, I recommend co-washing in the middle of the week if you need to. But I highly recommend shampooing every single week on a weekly basis. Even if you do co-wash your hair, just make sure that you're adding that moisture back in. So you don't want to co-wash your hair and then that's it. You want to co-wash your hair, then add some moisture back in with the deep conditioner. Even if you're not adding heat, you still want to add some type of moisture in your hair after co-washing. But like I said, I recommend to shampoo on a weekly basis and then do your deep conditioning process after that. Now, shampooing, y'all, is honestly something that you cannot skip. You have to cleanse your strands because that is exactly how the moisture is going to get in. If you have dirty, clumpy, strands that's full of stuff, gunk and everything, how can your hair really accept moisture, right? It just doesn't make sense basically. So you want to make sure that your hair strands are clean. Now my next tip is to deep condition, y'all, with heat. Get a little closer. With heat. That is a key to moisture training. Because once again, y'all, moisture training is getting your hair used to being in a moisturized state. So you want to add so much moisture to your curls, not moisture overload, but you want to do this on a weekly basis so that your hair is more so used to being moisturized and is used to this consistent routine. So deep conditioning your hair. You want to deep condition after you rinse out the shampoo. In the shower, apply your deep conditioner in sections. Detangle, make sure each strand gets that deep conditioner, so you're applying it in smaller sections. I usually do about 4 sections and then run my brush to detangle to make sure every single strand of my hair has gotten that deep conditioner. Now after that, I'm gonna sit underneath my hooded dryer, or you can use like a thermal heat cap if you wish, but I highly recommend some type of heat, whether it's a thermal heat cap or a hooded dryer or a detachable dryer. You want to add heat to your curls for 30 to 45 minutes. That is key to making sure that your hair absorbs all of that deep conditioner, since we are low porosity. And since we are low porosity, sometimes that deep conditioner could sit on our curls. So by you adding the heat, you're basically forcing your hair to accept that deep conditioner, which means it's also accepting all those nutrients, all that juiciness, all that moisture, okay? So make sure that you're implementing that step. Now my next tip is after you have deep conditioned, okay? This right here is key. Get back in the shower and start by rinsing out that deep conditioner in each section, but don't leave the shower just yet. Add that leave-in conditioner in the shower, sis, okay? Put your leave-in conditioner on in the shower and you will see just how much more your hair absorbs that leave-in. And you want to make sure that your curls are soaking wet, okay? Apply that leave-in conditioner, and when I tell y'all, the curls are going to pop and they're going to be so moisturized. Now just think about it, okay? Visualize this real quick. If your hair from the beginning of wash day to the very end, aka styling, has absolutely no room to be dry. It has no room to dry out. It's juicy from beginning to end. You're adding a deep conditioner. After the deep conditioner, you're adding a leave-in conditioner. After the leave-in conditioner, you're adding your styler. If your hair has absolutely no way to be dry, how could it not become moisture trained? That's the key principle, y'all. Is not allowing your hair to reach a level of dryness. You want to constantly give it moisture during your wash day routine. Moisture, 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 water, okay? That's basically the key to moisture training your curls. Now, after you have that leave-in conditioner in the shower, we ain't done. Put a shower cap on top of your hair before you get out of the shower. So you want to put a shower cap on, because what that is going to do, y'all, is trap the moisture in once again before styling. Bruh, you cannot tell me moisture training take it to another level. Put the leave-in conditioner in, then put the shower cap, put the shower cap on top. And all that moisture that would have escaped your hair, or like say your hair would have dried out once you stepped out of the shower and it's come into contact with cool air, that cannot happen. So everything that would have escaped is being trapped in. So your hair is forced to accept all of that leave-in conditioner as well, and it's going to be absorbing it, y'all. And you want to use quality products. So when I say quality products, like for instance, the Ajwa Beauty, once again, I keep on talking about this one. The BioMint Leave-In Conditioning Styler is so good for moisturizing your curls and really being a great base of moisture. So after you applied the leave-in, put that shower cap on, then you get out of the shower, and now it's the styling process. Y'all, it's kind of funny that I'm saying this right now because I have a wash and go in my hair. But I do not recommend wash and goes during the moisture training process. I never did a wash and go on my hair while I was moisture training, like trying to get my hair to become moisture trained. I never did a wash and go. The reason being behind that is because I personally do not feel like a leave-in conditioner and a gel, or just a straight gel, can moisturize your curls. There really is not a moisturizing component in a gel. Whenever you take the face value or just compare a cream versus a gel, which one has the moisture in it? The cream has some type of butter, some type of moisturizing product in that product to give your hair that moisture. A gel is more so for defining. So me personally, I know some people say differently, but I just don't recommend wash and goes on a weekly basis to moisture train your curls. I would recommend twist outs or braid outs on a weekly basis. You're using products that have moisture, that are moisture, to moisture train your curls. That's just my opinion on that. If you have a different one, do what works for you. But me personally, I've seen what works for my hair. My hair is literally almost waist length, and like, it don't look like it right now, right? The shrinkage is real, y'all. My hair is literally like almost waist length, and this is the process that I've been using for a while. So I highly recommend that you do use a cream for your twist outs. And if you do want to do wash and goes, I recommend putting a cream before your gel, just to make sure that you are still getting that moisture component up on in there, okay? And if you haven't tried it, y'all, just try it. Try doing your twist outs on a weekly basis and just see where it goes. So my next tip is going to be picking out the stylers that work for your hair based on your hair density and porosity. So since I am high density, my hair loves products that are super creamy and nice and thick and moisturizing. But if you are, say you're like low density, that may actually weigh your curls down. So you actually may not need something that is that thick, right? But if your hair is thick like mine, okay, a nice thick cream does the curls wonders, okay? Something that does have mango butter, shea butter, something like that, and then my curls really do drink up. And I figured out that's what works for my density and my porosity. So you really want to figure out what works for you. Now, figuring out what type of styler works for you does not mean you have to stick to that exact same styler. And that's the same for every step in this routine. You don't have to stick to that, but you want to stick to applying that type of item. So you want to stick to applying a shampoo, deep conditioner, leave-in, styler, oil. You want to stick to that, but you don't have to per se stick to the, like, you don't have to use Oswald Beauty every single week. You just want to figure out which products work for you and keep those in a constant rotation. So I do also recommend sealing with an oil. This is my also personal preference. Since I do a lot of twist outs, I do recommend sealing your hair with an oil because the moisture really has nowhere to escape by sealing that moisture in with an oil. So it has a, let me not say nowhere to escape, it has a lesser chance of escaping since you are sealing your moisture in with that oil, a lightweight oil at that. Now my last tip that I want to give, I know this video has been kind of mouthy and lengthy, but my last tip that's super important, y'all, is the aftercare of your hair. So you don't want to do all these, you know, good tips and everything and then not take care of your hair while you're wearing it. So you really want to make sure that you have a good nighttime routine and you are low manipulating your hair. So low manipulation. Whenever I do my curls, I've literally had my hair in this exact same shape for 4 to 5, for what is it, day 5 now? For 5 days. So my hair has not moved out of this for 5 days. You don't want to style your hair and then do a middle part, a side part, a back bun, a high bun, a side bun. That is literally draining the moisture out every time you touch it with your fingers. Also, make sure that you are using a satin lined bonnet, a satin lined pillowcase, and you're really taking care of your curls. When you are showering, do not allow your hair to just be out in the open. That is going to suck the moisture out and make it more frizzy. Instead, put like a satin lined bonnet on, then put a shower cap on top of that, just to make sure no type of water is touching your hair in that state, okay? So those are my tips for how to moisture train low porosity natural hair, y'all. I know this video was a little bit lengthy, but I really do hope it did help someone. Once again, all the tips that I gave you guys is part of a consistent routine. So back to tip 1, that consistent routine is key, and you want to implement all the tips that I gave in this video. So let me know in the comments down below what you guys thought about this video. Do not forget to give me a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Also, drop a comment down below. Share this video with someone that you feel like would benefit. And if you are new here, go ahead and join the Curly Crew by smashing that button down below. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'm gonna see y'all in my next video. Peace.